This short instructional video will provide an oversight of Milwaukee County Emergency Medical Services Physician Medical Control. This is the process by which Milwaukee County paramedics call a physician on the radio for medical oversight and guidance. The second-year resident is most frequently the online medical control physician. However, they operate under the faculty oversight, and in certain circumstances, other trained residents and faculty may be called upon to provide medical control. Here is a brief overview of the process of online medical control. From the top, a paramedic requests from EMS Communications, also called EMS-COM, a physician for oversight. EMS-COM then pages a physician on Vocera. This call is designed to cascade starting with the EM2. If the call is declined, it then goes to EM3, EMS faculty if they are in the department, then other faculty in the department, and finally to the HUC for an overhead page. If not actively engaged in a procedure, a resuscitation, or already on another radio call, the physician paged on Vocera should answer the call. If they are engaged in one of those activities, they should decline the call with the button on top of Vocera. Once the call is accepted, the physician should go immediately to the radio room. It is important to remember that these calls are typically for very sick patients, so immediate response is important. The physician then performs the consultation and completes appropriate documentation. An important point to highlight is that after the call is completed, the physician should call EMS-COM at the number listed in the radio room with a patient report. This should happen regardless of whether the patient is transported or not. This is vital to ensure appropriate communication on patient disposition. There may be times when EMS-COM is listening in on the call and verbally acknowledges understanding at the end of the call, in which case they would not need to be called. Once the radio call is completed and EMS-COM is aware of the call, the physician returns to other normal duties in the ED. The remainder of this presentation will focus on the point highlighted in red, the consultation and documentation. The entrance to online medical control base station is across the hall from the trauma bay, and you can enter with badge access. There are 3 computers and 2 specialized radio phones in the online medical control area. Highlighted in green is the main base station, channel 5, where radio calls should be taken. Highlighted in red is the second base station, channel 2, where a second simultaneous call would be taken. Highlighted in yellow is the computer where Zoll EKGs arrive and can be read and interpreted. Zoll ECGs are typically up and running on the middle computer, but if they were closed, they can be reopened by opening an internet browser window and clicking the Zoll online link shown here. Here's a close-up view of the radio phone. It operates much like a normal phone, except that the headset has a manual button on the underside for communication. You push the button to talk and release the button to listen. You must pause briefly after pushing the button for your transmission to begin. You will not be able to hear the paramedic when the button is pushed. There's also a foot pedal under the desk that functions the same as the handset button. Here is the online medical control paper form. All forms currently being used are on paper only. Paper forms are found in the file to the right of the computer that will be shown in a later slide. The critical elements of this form are highlighted by the arrows above. These include paramedic med unit number, case date, doctor start and end times, and your doctor number at the bottom. Aside from these critical elements, the form should be completed in as much detail as reasonable. These medical control pre-1099 checklists can be found at the medical control base stations. They are divided into checklists for medical and for traumatic cardiac arrests. The resident online medical control physician should check off the appropriate items during the call. The 1099 form should be used to guide the resident online medical control physician cardiac arrest care and to determine when and whether a faculty member should be engaged in decision support. Once the faculty is involved, their expertise should guide the resuscitation. Each form should be completed with check marks as well as call information in the lower right. Several other elements in the room include a detailed medication list, a short medication list, doctor numbers, a stand-up folder containing medical control forms, 1099 forms, norepinephrine drip rate charts, and other key paperwork and references, and a pile for completed paperwork. A newer resource that can be of great assistance both for online medical control calls as well as for general understanding of our EMS system is pictured here. The Medical County EMS app can be found by searching for MCEMS or Milwaukee County EMS in the App Store on your smartphone. It contains the medication list as well as Milwaukee County EMS protocols. Thank you for taking the time to review this video on Milwaukee County EMS online medical control. Please follow up with any of your EMS faculty for further questions.